Okay, wow. Okay, so we are mobile today, guys, and out here driving around. We had to take Rainier for some special testing here in the state of North Carolina. We have our special guest today, Marko and Tita, and I always say Marko Hoynala. Is that correct, Marko?
I think you pronounced that pretty well. Well done.
Okay, because for a while I was saying Marko Hoynala, and I was looking at your name, and it's actually the O and then two A's in the English is what we would say. Two A's.
Yeah.
So let me get the opening for the show here, and then we'll get started taking a look at C Micro and also KeeperWex, fascinating items coming out on the market and doing quite well. Thank you for joining us on the Presents Streaming Network. Inventopedia. Well, Marco, if that isn't scary, seeing the robots, I don't know what scares people, but the robot armies. How are you feeling today in Finland?
Well, pretty well, taking into account the weather. It's a minus 20. Actually, now it's a bit warmer, only minus
Wow.
12 or 13, but it's been quite cold in a few
How's
days.
your guys' snow been?
Yeah, I would say that usually we have a little bit more snow at this time of the year, something like 20, 30 centimeter at the moment.
Yeah. And Tita, are you a big fan of snow or not so much?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I do like winter sports and the snow. So,
Okay.
but I'm waiting for summer, of course.
Yeah. Well, I feel like a polar bear. I've been eating, of course, during winter and getting fatter. And now when I laugh, actually, the laptop computer actually shakes because it's attached to my stomach. So we are mobile today, guys, out on the road. Had to do some special testing here in the state of North Carolina for 2 days, dropping off our daughter at the school. Normally, she attends school online. And is that very popular there in Finland, the online school?
At the moment, the comprehensive school it's happening online, but beyond that, it's actually remote. If I
Oh,
remember correctly, correct me, Titta, if I'm wrong, but this is my understanding.
Yes, that's true.
okay. Well, fascinating. Marco, what were the first indications for you? Was it when you were a child that you started to tinker with things and try to create things, or was it later in your life that you felt like becoming an inventor?
Well, I would say that I've been all the time kind of a problem solver. Of course, when I was young, I was not able necessarily to resolve and come up with the solution. So later, when I become a fan of technology, I was working 15 years with Nokia and then a few years with Broadcom and Renesas. Then I became very familiar with the technology. Then I was really able to come up with a solution. But I was always kind of fascinated to find a solution for the problems. And like I said, nowadays it's possible to utilize also all that know-how that I had gained from those companies.
Yeah, exactly. So you pick up stuff and you learn a little bit more. And can you tell us about your first real invention? Because I know you have a couple of patents and you've also won several competitions.
Yeah, difficult to remember what was really the first innovation. Of course, throughout my whole career, I've been kind of resolving the problem. So as Nokia was growing, when I started with Nokia, and it was all the time kind of finding ways to actually do more with less and making a product, let's say, more efficient and cheaper, and improving the technology. First it was 2G and then 3G, 4G. So all the time kind of there were different type of problems that I faced. So I have been in different kind of positions, starting from the engineering side of the things, and then being a project manager, integration manager, project leader, then also running entire business unit, and then eventually I was running the entire Bangalore side, which I actually built from the scratch. So actually I faced different kind of problems throughout of my career, and it has been kind of programmed, or my brain has been programmed to resolve all the problems that I have faced during those times. And of course, kind of, I have kind of learned that all the problems are resolvable. It's just a matter of time and money. And this is exactly what I still believe is the case. No matter what is the problem, it can be resolved over time.
Sure. And Tita, I want you to be thinking about, like, because you know Marko so well, working in the corporation. I want you to be thinking about a little bit later in the show, if you were to ask a question out loud that people would really want to hear, what would those questions be? So Marko, you kind of mentioned that you were programmed, so you were trained and grew as an inventor and got better and better by working in companies. What do you think about today's inventor who just, invents something when they're very young and never has a chance to work in any companies other than their own?
Yeah, I think there are great inventors around the world coming up with good ideas. But then how to get these ideas executed and do something about them. That is really the point, that people are hesitant, even they have a good idea, to actually bring them forward. And
Yes.
that is kind of where I see that many innovations do not really come available for the people and consumers.
Yes, and distribution can be a problem. It's great to have a great idea, but then how do you get it out there to the market? So with that, I would like to take a look at one of your inventions that you have worked on heavily. Would you mind telling us a little bit about KeeperX?
Yeah, I would actually prefer to do this kind of in logical order. So kind of starting maybe first with the C micro, if you are okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's more logical. So the C micro, this is kind of quite interesting that, like I said, I'm more kind of a problem solver. And one of the problem I saw with microwaves, actually the microwave itself was invented already 60 or 70 years ago, a great invention. But all the microwaves have been working exactly the same ways last 70 years. You need to choose the time and also the power. It's really very much guessing work, how much time you need. really food to be ready. For instance, pizza, 30 seconds, 60 seconds. What is the right time to get the perfect pizza when you hear bling? But typically, the food is either too cold or too hot when you actually take it out from the microwave. And how you actually measure the temperature of the food? Do you use finger or tongue to measure the temperature of the food? So I was thinking that is this really a kind of what people want? Guessing work. Why? I started thinking that would it be better if you just have a microwave where you can choose the right temperature of the food from the control panel instead of guessing time and power. Ultimately, how long time you need to actually need to prepare the food in the microwave. So this was a really a problem that I wanted to kind of think about. That can we change the behavior of the microwave? Right. And my initial feedback for myself was that it's impossible. You cannot put any electronics inside the microwave, that it will explode immediately. And then actually I was sitting in sauna. In Finland, everyone has sauna. So I was sitting in a sauna and thinking that is it really impossible to put electronics inside the microwave? And then thinking a little bit in the sauna, then I decided, actually I came up with the idea that let me try. If I go out from the sauna, I go fridge and I take beer can, and I put beer can inside the microwave for first 10 seconds. That was for my first experiment, putting beer can 10 seconds in the microwave.
Wow.
And then I took it out. It was equally cold as it was before I put it in the microwave. Then I put it 1 minute and I was waiting that now it will explode. And nothing really happened. So I took it out from the microwave and the beer was equally cold as it was in the beginning. But that was my first experiment that, okay, I can put a beer can inside the microwave.
Wow.
Then I was thinking that, okay, if I can put the beer can inside the microwave, can I put some electronics inside the beer can? So I cut the beer can in half and put the electronics inside the beer can, and I put it back in the microwave for 10 seconds, and I was pretty sure that something weird will happen, but nothing really happened. Actually, the electronics survived inside the beer can. And then I repeated that for 1 minute, and electronics was inside. It was totally okay. It didn't get the damage inside the microwave when it was inside the beer can.
Wow.
That was my first experiment, which I did probably in 5 minutes when I got the idea that yes, possibly I can put some electronics inside the microwave. And then I started to, I became very excited that probably this problem is resolvable. Of course, on the way there were so many challenges, like for instance, how we actually measure the temperature. That of course was the idea, that we need to be able to measure the temperature. That was a really problem. And also, how do we get the signal out from the microwave? Because microwave is a kind of Faraday cage where you don't get any signal out. For instance, if you put a mobile phone inside the microwave, you don't get any signal out from the microwave. So I was really struggling that how do we get the signal out from the microwave and how we can then also measure the temperature. And then I came up with an infrared solution that probably with infrared we can measure the food directly. And then I contacted some partners that are they able to make me a first prototype. And they did it in a few months, so that there was electronics inside the kind of, it was not any longer beer can. It was a small, tiny, let's say, sealed closure. And this infrared was pointing towards the food, which was on the plate. And then we started to get the measurement from the food, but it was still impossible to get the signal out from the microwave. I started to study different technologies that how it would be possible to get the signal out from the microwave. And then obviously I spent a little bit of time, and then I kind of realized that infrared would be a solution for that. So then finally we managed to get the signal out from the microwave. All right, 2 problems resolved. We were able to put the electronics inside, and we actually managed to get signal out from the microwave. But still, there were 2 other problems that had to be resolved. One was, how about the battery thing? Do we let consumers change the battery? Is it going to be too risky if a consumer has to change the battery for the device? Because if they don't close the device properly, then it will explode. That this is a too dangerous solution. That we need to find a solution that we somehow don't need to change the battery at all.
Right.
And then I started to think also how that problem can be resolved. And then I came up with the idea of energy harvester. So harvesting the energy directly from the microwave signal.
Wow.
So that was a kind of third thing that, yes, being able to integrate that part of the technology into the device. And after that was resolved, we actually managed to resolve 3. And there was still one problem left. And that was, we had this infrared, which was measuring the temperature of the food. But as you know, inside the microwave, there is humidity coming from the food that you are heating. And it will basically screw up the measurement, because it will touch the infrared lens. So this moisture will be coming on the surface of the infrared itself. So we had to somehow get rid of this moisture. And then again had to spend time that how we get rid of this moisture. And there is a known technology, for instance, in airplane and many other places, they're actually getting rid of the moisture by heating the glass. So this was yet another issue that we had to actually integrate that bit into the device, so that we are heating the lens of the infrared. And then that was included in the solution itself. So we kind of integrated 4 different solutions to be able to measure the temperature of the food.
Amazing. And I think everybody, Tita, can you see the website here?
Yes, I can see perfectly.
Okay, good.
Thank
good.
you for sharing.
Yeah, everybody's watching and following along with this as well. And if people wanted to invest in this or partner, I see you have a link right up here on the C-Micro website. That's cmicro.io. For anybody out there who is watching this live right now. I know we have people from Bangladesh and around the world watching, but if you're watching later, we're at www.cmicro.io. That's cmicro.io. Can you tell us about the investment and partnering opportunities here?
Yeah, so initially we managed to do the first prototype very quickly, but being able to combine all this technology into tiny device, it has taken time and money. And now we have, let's say, the first microwave in the world that you can choose right temperature from the control panel. So, for instance, you put the pizza inside the microwave and you choose, I want my pizza to be 67 degrees. You type 67.
Wow.
And then when you hear bling, it's exactly 67 degrees when you take it out from the microwave. So the technology is there, but we have not productized. Obviously, we don't want to be a microwave manufacturer. We let that other parties to manufacture microwaves. But we really would like to commercialize this technology. So this is really what we are looking after. There is someone, hopefully big microwave manufacturer, who would like to integrate our technology into microwave.
Yeah,
of course,
I mentioned
it can be also someone else than big microwave manufacturer, someone who want to enter that market. But we as a company, we don't want to actually go to microwave business.
Well, we have a comment here from Dennis Clayton in Tennessee. He also is an inventor and invented the Stow and Spin, which is a lazy Susan that spins It has an interior spinner and an exterior spinner. He reinvented the Lazy Susan used all over the world. And as he said here, marketing is the hard part. From his experience, inventing is the easy part, and getting it sold. And I did recently see his new version of his product. He licensed it, Marko. He gave a license to another company who said, we have much more money than you. We will take it all throughout Walmart across the United States, but we would want to market it under a slightly different name. Would that be okay with you? And of course, that's when they say, we'll give you 500,000, we'll give you 4 million, we'll give you 10 million. This is where you're making the decision. Do I want to give up my name, Stow and Spin, with and let them use a different name and market it differently? I think it's a tough decision for people when that happens sometimes.
Yeah, this is really the case. We want to license the technology. Yeah, that's really the case.
Yes. And sometimes they think they're smarter than us, and they say, well, we're not going to call it C Micro. We want to call it Microblast, and we'll put 15 million behind it. And you're kind of like, Microblast? I don't know about that, Tito. What do you think, Microblast? And they come back sometimes and say, well, look, it's not up to you. We said we would put the money behind it. We're willing to give you, 6 million. You should just go away. And you have kind of a tough decision, I think. Don't you think so?
Yeah, but this has been our strategy all the time, that we want to license the technology. And now it's actually in the, let's say, in such a good shape that it can be commercialized. So basically, it's a really matter of finding someone who wants to license the technology.
Yeah, and Dennis is continuing to watch. He took his product eventually, was featured very heavily on many TV shows that are famous here across America, where they sell quickly like 10, 20, 40,000 of your product. And he was very successful at that. He's also been very successful at Amazon sales, just direct. And one comment he made to me one day, he said, look, any inventor, Marty, any product, we're not going to waste a lot of money on all that glossy, slick packaging with the cardboard and beautiful full color all over the cardboard, and the taping and the packaging inside to get the product, in this case would be the C Micro, shipped out to people. Amazon actually already has a box. We're just going to maybe put it in there, and they'll do the packages. So very interesting to hear from other inventors the things that we have gone through. As you know, I have 2 inventions on the market myself, and a lot of trademarked intellectual property. So I love talking with you guys. And I'll just say, when we come back here, guys, I would like to take a look at the commercial for C Micro that you made. Would that be okay if we take a look at the commercial, Marko?
Yes, I think it's a good idea. Please.
Yeah. So we'll do that, guys. When we come back in a second, we'll take a quick break for a couple of commercials. I saw Marko getting a drink, so please grab something to drink or check Facebook. We'll be back just in 1 second.
Keeping me safe and sound, and when I fall,
walk, keep on walking straight. Did you know that at least half of the world's population still does not have access to essential health services? One of the biggest problems in developing countries is the lack of medical monitoring devices. We have a solution. Kipuwex. Kipuwex is an easily attachable, lightweight IOMT device which continuously measures all the clinically relevant biomarkers vital to the assessment of your health. Kipuwex uses smart algorithms to provide efficiently reliable measurements for healthcare professionals. The biomarkers can be monitored remotely, anywhere and at any time, with a mobile and web application. Kipuwex is not limited by physical infrastructure and is suitable for professional use and in the future for home users as well. A simple user interface will let you choose which biomarkers you want to view and displays them on easy-to-read graphs. We here at Kipuwex want to combat healthcare inequality and help millions of people around the world.
Did you ever miss someone who has passed away? Now there's Missugram app, giving people a brand new way to tribute the lives of deceased loved ones, or simply remember tender memories. This exclusive app is a user-friendly social media platform, giving people everywhere a respectable and comfortable place to create private or public memoriams. Missugram has additional features like chat rooms and links to deceased databases and inspirational quotes. Users can also comment and connect on public posts. Join us and keep memories alive forever. Everyone wants to be remembered. For more details and download on the Google Play or Apple App Store, visit miss-u-gram.com.
Well, guys, coming back to you from the sunny mobile cam here. Today, we are very lucky to have Tita with us today and also Marko. And we appreciate you taking a break there for the commercials and supporting us. Without the people to pay the bills and the commercials, we would not have much. When we decided we were going to come back, Tita, had you thought of that question that you think people would really like to know about Marko? What would be the question that seems to be the most popular one that people ask or should be asking?
Well, I think about the character because Marko is really innovative person, globally known innovator. And I think always the characters are really interesting ones, and he has this outstanding wisdom, and he's really inspiring character. But what is amazing about Marko is that even he has invented so many unique things to the world, and I'm sure his mind is always busy with different thoughts and different new innovations, and still he remains to be present. So I think that is some unique talent, because I think many who are innovative characters, persons, they are so much inside their heads. But Marko has also talent to be very human and be present to Kipuwex team, to close people around him. So that's I think like a interesting fact.
That's amazing. I saw Marko smiling while you were talking about him.
Thank you, Tita, for your kind words. But I kind of I was thinking that of course, like you cannot force your brains to come up with ideas and resolve problems. They typically come when you don't expect. Like you have seen some problems. Typically, I wake up in the middle of the night that, okay, I may have a solution for this. And then I spend a few minutes kind of thinking that.
Thank you for saying that, because I have to keep paper in everywhere I go with a pen in every room in case an idea comes. I have to write it down, or get up, or get out of the shower and go write it down right away without even drying off. I'm dripping water. Is this, am I the only one doing this?
No, it's exactly the same for me. So I wake up middle of the night, and then I actually spend a little bit time of that, so that I remember to have a proper thought in the morning. And some of them I still kind of think that, okay, basically there's 3 categories. One is that it's crap, it doesn't make sense, and I forget. Then there's kind of a second category that maybe someday that I will think about those later. And then really the good ones, then I actually spend more time when I wake up. So there are quite many maybe things in my drawer that someday they might become a solution. Kind of, it's already recognized that this is a problem, and probably if there's a solution, it would be a good for the consumers. But I haven't done anything for those type of ideas or solutions. They are kind of waiting at right time, maybe right technology, but someday they may become good inventions.
Yeah, and I wanted to also get a chance to see that video. Is it okay if we roll that, Marko?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me bring that up then. I wanted to make sure they have a special feature here when you do share. We can make sure, the audio is quite nice actually, and then it comes through for everybody, I think, no matter which continent they're on, quite well. And you just have that right here. So when you're on the C Micro website, guys, if you just scroll down a little bit there, you'll see they have a link here to the demo video. And I wanted to share this with everybody so they get a chance to see this.
Hi, we at C Micro have taken the profound usability problem of the microwave oven and turned it around. Why guess the time it takes for something to heat up when we can straight up measure the temperature of the actual food? With C Micro, you can have your favorite foods always at your favorite temperatures. No more standing in front of the timer, guessing the seconds to go, or having your food overheated just to rid it of all of its nutrients. C Micro has no timer, but a dedicated heat sensor for an automatic stop.
Okay, guys, there you go. Perfect demonstration, if I do say so myself. And let me just put a pause on that. The other thing too is that's annoying is, like, if you're doing chicken or something like that, it comes out ruined because it's rock hard and been cooked too long improperly. So that's also very frustrating. Yeah, I was very annoyed yesterday. I was doing some soup for dinner, and the bowl got so hot you can barely touch the bowl trying to heat the soup up inside, Marko.
Yeah, I'm sure that many people kind of think that, this is quite interesting, but would this be a kind of a proper solution for consumers? And every time when I have introduced C Micro, then people, they actually come back to me a few days later that, okay, I realized only this evening when I was heating my food that how good the innovation this is, that you don't need to really guess the time it takes to heat the food to right temperature, and it's always at right temperature, and you don't even need to touch the food to make sure that it is really the right temperature. So next time when you are heating up your food, you probably will remember this technology, and hopefully anytime soon it will be available on the market.
Yeah, and that's also, very important for reheating food, as you mentioned in the restaurant. In the United States, with the Fahrenheit, we have to reheat food to a certain temperature by law. Generally, at least 165 degrees Fahrenheit for leftovers for reheating. This is part of the law now, and it's become illegal in America to violate these laws. And so they've actually backed them up now as being part of a criminal offense if you get caught. It's not a felony, but it would be a class 3 misdemeanor to violate the health code, which all this is coming from international law, Codex Alimentarius. So this is very important. And we have changed a lot of our laws in America, very strict. Even the bimetallic stem thermometer, which used to be used handheld, you have to now use a digital one with a very tiny probe for testing to see if it's the correct temperature. And yeah, I mean, anytime you do use the microwave, it's literally you're guessing. You have no idea what you're doing, because like you get something out of the refrigerator, so maybe it's 34 degrees Fahrenheit, and then you're putting it in the microwave, and you're wondering to yourself, well, normally I do soup for 1.5 minutes, and I have a 1400 watt microwave, because you have, again, the microwaves that are sold often worldwide are, maybe different wattages. So, and generally of 3 different wattages, so it's a lot of guesswork. You have no idea what you're doing. Marko, Hoynala, congratulations on being put into the Inventopedia book. The Inventopedia encyclopedia under the English letter of H. Your picture is there. We're going to come back and talk with you again in another show about a few other inventions, because you have quite a few, and we'll schedule that up with Tita. But congratulations again, Marko, in being put into the Inventopedia encyclopedia under the letter of H. Any inspiring words as we say goodbye for the young inventors out there and the old inventors who still haven't given up?
Well, I think the decision is really the key thing, that when you actually come up with the idea, that you decide to proceed with that and do not leave that in your drawer, that you do something about it. And I think people who are brave enough to actually to contact people around, typically they will get some people who are interested in the innovation and are happy to help to be able to develop and hopefully someday commercialize that innovation. So do not put it in your drawer and think about later when you are 80 years old that why I didn't do anything with the idea.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you so much. And that is a great message. Honestly, don't give up, guys. Keep going, keep festering, keep thinking about what you're going to invent, and why wait until you're 80 or 90 to do it, right?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
And maybe one thing still for the people who are watching this, the second innovation we didn't have time to go that through is Kipuvex. There was a commercial about the Kipuvex. So if you want to look into that, I'm happy to come and explain next time more what is a Kipuvex. But if you have time and interest, please check kipuvex.com. KIPUWEX.com.
Kipuvex.com. That's going to be the next show, Marko.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day.
Thank you so much.